Compare these two plans. 1. Study 5 English skills for 2 hours on Sunday. 2. Do one 20-minute speaking drill and record the final answer. The second is focused practice because it gives your attention one target and one finish you can actually check. A short session works best when the task has clear edges. Instead of saying, "I'll study English before work," say, "I can fit in a short session before my first meeting and record 3 answers." Now you know when the session starts, what you will do, and how it ends.
A micro goal is small enough to finish and specific enough to check. For example, my micro goal is to use 5 new phrases in complete sentences. Stress the action and the number. Then ask yourself, after 20 minutes, what evidence will show that this goal is complete?
Skill rotation means changing the main skill across days, not every few minutes. My skill rotation puts listening on Monday, speaking on Tuesday, and review on Wednesday. Keep each session narrow, but let the week create variety. That way, focus and balance can work together. Now the question changes. A 20-minute timer does not create quality by itself. One learner opens 4 apps and keeps switching. Another follows one target from practice to check. Which learner can explain exactly what improved? Time matters, but structure decides whether the time becomes useful practice. Use the phrase "quick win" for a small result you can see today. Say, "Recording one clearer answer is a quick win I can measure today." That result is useful because it is concrete, not vague. Now choose your own quick win. 1 recording, 5 recalled phrases, or 1 short summary.
Consistent effort means practice you can repeat across the week. Small but consistent effort is easier to build into my week. Keep the habit regular, then change the skill when needed. Give one example of consistent effort that fits your schedule.
A review chunk is a short part of the session used to retrieve earlier material. Say, "I finish with a 5-minute review chunk," and say the phrases without looking. The key action is retrieval. You are not simply rereading the same list. You are checking what your memory can produce before you look again. A time block is a fixed period reserved for one activity. I protect a 20-minute time block after dinner instead of waiting for free time. The important difference is that the practice already has a place in the day. Change the time in that sentence so it fits your own routine. Fit it in means finding enough time inside a busy schedule. For example, "I only have 20 minutes, but I can fit it in before I leave for work." The phrase is casual and practical. It shifts the question from "Do I have free time?" to "Where can this task realistically go?" Say one sentence with "fit it in" for your day.
To track progress, collect evidence you can compare later. I track progress by saving one speaking recording every Friday. That is stronger than saying, "I think my English is better," because the recording is concrete. Choose one result you could check at the same time every week.
Short sessions become powerful when they connect. Monday can introduce material, Wednesday can retrieve it, and Friday can reuse it in a new sentence. That is stronger than treating every session as a fresh start. Say short sessions naturally, then name one item you will revisit later. You can make a goal measurable and still train the wrong skill. Watching a pronunciation video is mainly input. Recording your own sentence is output. Reading an explanation about speaking does not replace speaking. If your mouth never moves during a speaking session, what did you really practice? Mostly listening and understanding. Now separate input, output, and review. Input gives you language to notice. Output makes you produce it. Review asks you to retrieve it again. A daily habit can include all 3 across the week, but one short block still needs a main purpose. Decide which category fits your next activity.
I only have 20 minutes today, so I'll do one speaking drill. Notice the pattern. The time limit comes first, then one realistic decision. Stress, 20 minutes, and speaking drill. Now keep the structure but change the task. Listening, vocabulary, reading, or writing. Make the result measurable.
Let me focus on listening first. Use focus on when a plan feels crowded and you need one priority. After listening twice, close the transcript and say 3 ideas from memory. Now apply the same pattern to speaking and name the output you would produce. Which goal is stronger? Improve my English, or my goal for this session is to shadow the clip 3 times. The second gives you one action and a visible finish. Before you continue, make one more vague goal specific by adding a number, a product, or a clear performance you can check. Build this sentence from memory. For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to listen and mark the stressed words. The phrase creates a boundary and the action stays focused. Now change one detail, such as the duration or task, while keeping the goal complete. Your new version should still have one clear finish.
Today I'll practice listening. Tomorrow I'll work on speaking. This is skill rotation. The routine stays consistent, but you do not force every skill into one session. That reduces switching and gives each block a clear job. Explain the idea using 2 skills from your week.
A strong finish sounds like this. I know I finished because I can say the 5 phrases without looking. Notice what comes after because I can an observable performance. Compare that with I studied for 20 minutes. The second only reports time. The first proves what the practice produced. Create one finish line for listening or writing. Here is a common error. I watched English videos for 20 minutes, so I finished my speaking practice. The missing piece is output. If your mouth never moved, you mainly practiced listening. Repair the plan by adding repetition, an answer, a summary, or a short recording. Say this calmly. Let me focus on one grammar pattern today and use it in 6 spoken sentences. Give extra weight to one grammar pattern and 6 spoken sentences. The key information carries the rhythm. Repeat it once, then change the grammar target and keep the measurable result in the sentence.
I'll rewrite 3 long email sentences so each one keeps the meaning with fewer words. That is focused writing practice because the target is concision. Link so each one smoothly. Then compare your first version and shorter version. The difference becomes your progress check.
Use this complete model. I'll do one focused 20-minute block today and give each session one main skill. It works for speaking, listening, vocabulary, or writing because the structure stays the same. Repeat the sentence once, then replace one main skill with the exact skill you need today and add a measurable finish. Now make the goal more precise. My goal is to shadow a 60-second clip 3 times and record the final round. The duration limits the material. 3 repetitions create practice, and the recording gives evidence. Keep that structure, but create a true goal for one short clip, one paragraph, or one vocabulary set. Which plan is real speaking practice? I watched a short model, or I watched a short model, then I repeated it, recorded myself, and checked one difference. The second includes output and comparison. Say the stronger version, then name one feature you would check: stress, linking, clarity, or speed.
Build this idea from memory. I choose one main task for the block and change the skill on another day. That protects focus without losing variety. Now make it personal. Choose today's task, then name tomorrow's different skill. Keep each day specific enough that you could start immediately without deciding again. Say both days aloud.
A missed day does not need a punishment session. Say, I missed Tuesday, so I'll continue with Wednesday's block and move the review to Saturday. The habit survives because you continue instead of doubling tomorrow. Repeat the line smoothly, then decide where a missed review could move. Listen to the contrast in focused practice. In the sentence, I'll rewrite 3 long email sentences so each one keeps the meaning with fewer words. The focus is clear, concise writing. That is stronger than saying, I'll work on business English. Stress the measurable task, then identify the exact evidence you will compare afterward. You have the rules, so make decisions without copying a model. Imagine you have only 12 minutes and planned vocabulary plus reading. Do not split the time automatically. Choose one complete task with one result. Which activity stays today and which moves to another day? Explain why your choice protects focus.
I can fit in a short session before my first meeting. This sentence is useful because it treats limited time as a scheduling problem, not a reason to abandon practice. Say it once with natural stress on short session and before my first meeting. Then replace the time with a slot that exists in your day.
A micro goal should show exactly what success looks like. Say, my micro goal is to use 5 new phrases in complete sentences. The number makes the finish visible and sentence use adds production. Now create another micro goal with a different number and a result you can check. Use skill rotation as a planning phrase. My skill rotation puts listening on Monday, speaking on Tuesday, and review on Wednesday. The idea is planned variety across days, not constant switching inside one block. Repeat the line, Then create a 3-day rotation for your weakest skills. A quick win should be small but useful. Recording one clearer answer is a quick win I can measure today. Now add spacing. Review 5 useful phrases on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, producing a fresh sentence each time. The return tests whether the language stays available.
Consistent effort becomes easier to trust when you can measure it. Small but consistent effort is easier to build into my week. Now make the case harder. What evidence could you collect every Friday? A 1-minute recording, a short summary, or 5 recalled phrases can show change better than a general feeling.
Build the review step from memory. I finish with a 5-minute review chunk and say the phrases without looking. Without looking matters because it forces retrieval. Now change one detail, recall 3 ideas, summarize a paragraph, or answer one question. Keep the final check short. A time block is a fixed period reserved for one activity. I protect a 20-minute time block after dinner instead of waiting for free time. The value is predictability. You decide when practice happens before the day becomes busy. Now choose one realistic time block and say what single task will fill it. Now pressure test the routine under low energy. The rule is not force 20 minutes no matter what. A smaller active fallback can protect the habit better than skipping and promising an extra hour later. For example, review 5 phrases for 10 minutes and say each one aloud. What is your own low-energy fallback?
Use fit it in when the main problem is finding space in a busy day. I only have 20 minutes, but I can fit it in before I leave for work. That sounds more practical than waiting for a perfect free hour. Now place one short English task into a real opening in your schedule.
I track progress by saving one speaking recording every Friday. This works because the evidence is repeatable. You can compare similar recordings across weeks instead of relying on memory. Say the sentence naturally, then choose one measure you could repeat each Friday. Short sessions should connect across the week. Monday can introduce a phrase, Wednesday can retrieve it, and Friday can use it in a fresh sentence. That creates repeated contact instead of unrelated practice. Say short sessions smoothly, then choose one item to bring back later. A daily habit becomes stronger when the action is scheduled and small enough to repeat. Do not ask whether motivation will appear. Ask what your next specific block is. For example, keep Thursday as speaking and move a missed vocabulary review to Saturday. That preserves the plan without doubling.
Now apply the time limit pattern to a new situation. I only have 20 minutes today, so I'll do one speaking drill. The sentence works because the constraint leads immediately to one choice. Change both details. Give yourself a different amount of time and choose one focused action that fits inside it.
No notes now. Which line is more useful when the plan feels crowded? I'll try to do everything, or let me focus on listening first. The second narrows attention without abandoning the rest of the week. Say it aloud, then replace listening with the one skill that deserves priority today. Build a measurable goal from memory. One model is, my goal for this session is to shadow the clip 3 times. Why does it work? It gives you an action and a number. Now change the task completely while keeping that logic. Your answer should still tell you exactly when the session is finished. One final test. Can 20 minutes still be wasted? Yes. A timer cannot prevent random switching, passive consumption, or a vague goal. Listen to the next plan and find the measurable part. Then explain whether it has one skill, one active task, and one clear finish.
Hear this time boxing pattern. For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to listen and mark the stressed words. It tells you both the boundary and the action. Now say it again with natural rhythm. Then replace 10 minutes and mark the stressed words with a different duration and one complete practice task.
Use skill rotation in one clean contrast. Today I'll practice listening. Tomorrow I'll work on speaking. The important word is not today by itself. The value comes from giving each day one main job. Repeat the sentence, then create your own 2-day contrast with vocabulary, reading, writing, or review. A measurable finish can sound calm and natural. I know I finished because I can say the 5 phrases without looking. Do not overstress every word. Give weight to 5 phrases and without looking. Now create one new ending with because I can and make sure it describes something observable. Put the whole system into one plan. Let me focus on one grammar pattern today and use it in 6 spoken sentences. Link focus on smoothly and stress the measurable result. Before you open an app tomorrow, say your own plan with one skill, one action, one finish line, and one retrieval step.